Congratulations to all my CA Final Full English students of May 2025 for clearing your exams. So, congratulations to you all, to your family members, and I hope you best of the wishes for your upcoming life. Now, coming to those students who have not been able to clear their exams in May 2025, and especially Group 2 students, whereby they are struggling in direct tax or any subject in Group 2, I would like to address few things to you all with respect to your amendments. Now it happens that in almost in every results of CA, this is a part and parcel of a CA course, that every time a CA results come, majority of the students are unfortunately not able to clear. Even this time the results have been around 20 to 25%, which is quite good as compared to the average which used to be earlier. But still 70 to 75 to 80% of the students have still not been able to clear. And now they are going to give their exams in September 2025. So I have come over here to address your some concerns with respect to CA Final Direct Tax Paper 4. The first question which will come to your mind is, sir, what about the amendments? Are we supposed to do some amendments for our upcoming exams as compared to what we have done in May 2025? And the answer is yes. So you might be worried about how to cover those amendments, okay? So you don't have to worry about those amendments. ICI has given a statutory update on their website, which is around 35 pages, which is very much high as compared to earlier statutory updates. Generally, every time the ICI gives a statutory update is around 5 to 6 pages. But this time there is a massive amendment which is of 35 pages. But all of you who wish to learn direct tax from me in full English, you don't have to worry about it. As I've always promised that whatever I will do for my Hindi students, I will also do it for my English students. So just 2 days back, I have put an amendment video on YouTube in full English, okay? Massive statutory updates by ICI. So you can go that and watch that particular video, okay? That completes your entire amendment for September 2025, or even if you are giving your exams in Jan 2026. Apart from that, I have not only done the amendment for you, but I have also done one more thing for you, and that is I have made a summary of the entire 35 pages amendments in around 8 pages, 8 sides. So in 8 sides, the entire amendment, which is given by the ICI on their website in 35 pages, I have converted that into a summarized manner so that on the day of examination, you can revise these amendments in a very faster manner. So these are the few things that I have done it for you all for September 2025. We are all ready with our amendments. I'll put the link of the amendment video in the comment box below, and I will put the link of the notes also in the comment box below. You can download it from our Telegram channel. Now coming to those students who have not been able to clear exams for the last 2 attempts, 3 attempts, 4 attempts, and multiple times they have given their exams and still they are not able to clear their exams. What can be the possible reason for that? There can be multiple reasons for that, and how to tackle that I would like to address you all. The first reason because of which you might not be able to clear your exam is because of lack of conceptual clarity in CA Final Direct Tax. Remember, CA Inter Income Tax is about remembering the provision. It's about by-hearting the provision. There is nothing great to understand there. There is very little bit concept is there in CA Inter to understand, but CA Final is about understanding the subject, understanding the logics of the provision, understanding the conceptual clarity of the provision, and then doing sufficient questions on the provision. Unless and until you are done with these two things. First, unless and until you have a absolute clarity about the subject, absolute concept clarity about the subject, and absolute practice of the question, you will not be able to clear your CA Final Direct Tax paper with ease. So for that purpose, I have a recommendation to all my full English students. Okay. The first thing is, if your concepts are very weak, okay, if you feel that your concepts are weak, you are not well in concepts. You need to be knowing the provision's logic. You need to be knowing the provision, why it has come, why it has been introduced by the government of India. You need to be knowing the background of the provision. And then you need to remember the provision. There has to be a proper flow of study. So if you feel that your concepts are not good, I recommend you all to clear your exams. You need to go for the fast track exam oriented batch, which will cover 100% concepts for September 25, fully updated, which will cover more than 550 practical questions in the class itself, including past art, 8 attempt RTPs, 8 attempt MTPs, and 8 attempt exam papers will also be solved in the class. Unless and until you do this extensive studies for the subject of direct tax, you will not be able to do justice with the subject, and eventually you may not be able to score good marks in the subject. Believe me, today has been the result day, and there are so many students who are calling me One of my students who has been giving exams since 2012. Can you imagine? That is the year in which I cleared my CA final exams. And one of my students is giving exams since 2012. He was not on a proper direction. He was not able to understand the things, how to give the exams, how to study the subject, how to study the concept, how much questions to be done. He was not aware of that. He was there with lack of guidance. But last attempt, he took our fast track exam oriented batch. And believe me, the first call I got today is from him only at around 8:45 a.m. in the morning after the results were announced. That, sir, I'm Aman Agarwal from Varanasi. I have cleared my exam after 13 years after your guidance, sir. And it has been very, very overwhelming time for me to listen such kind of appraisals and praise from my students. The point I'm trying to say, direct tax requires proper guidance. Direct tax requires proper application of the subject, proper knowledge, which he was lacking for so many years. Can you imagine? For so many years, he was lacking this particular such a small thing. And he got a proper guidance. I gave him a guidance. I gave him my fast track exam oriented batch. Obviously, I did not give for free. He purchased it. I would not like to take unnecessary credit. He purchased the exam oriented batch. I told him, you take the exam oriented batch and you give whatever I tell you, you try to do according to that, you will clear your exam. And he cleared. Called me and told me I cleared after 13 years, sir. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate that he has called me and told me. One more chartered accountant was a constable in Delhi police, was giving exams since 2016. Okay, he cleared exam today. So the point I'm trying to say, if you're not able to clear your exam for 2 attempt, 3 attempt, 4 attempt, 5 attempt, okay, it means you are there with lack of guidance. You don't know exactly how the subject should be addressed. So I recommend you all to go for the exam oriented batch. Okay. Second, if you feel that your concepts are good, if you feel that you have done good concept, you have learned from me in the past batch, and you're pretty comfortable with the concepts, but you have not done sufficient practice of questions. Now remember, practice of question is must. If you have studied anywhere in the entire country and if you have not practiced at least 500 question in CA final direct tax, you are not doing justice with the subject. You are not going to clear the exams. It is very difficult. Unless and until you are very exceptional, that you are an exceptional and genius mind, that you don't need sufficient practice of the question, still you can crack the exam. That is something which is very exceptional and genius. But most of the students who clear the exam do extensive and intensive practice of practical questions. That's what is required at CA final direct tax. So if you feel that your concepts are good enough, then you can go for CA final direct tax practical question batch in around 40 to 45 hours. We are going to cover more than 550 questions covering each and every chapter of CA final direct tax, along with past 8 attempt RTP, along with past 8 attempt MTPs, mock test papers, and along with last 8 attempt exam papers, past exam papers. 24 papers also I am going to solve along with all the ICI material questions, totaling to more than 550 questions we are going to discuss in the class. I am going to explain you in the class. That is the extensive practice which is required at CA final direct tax. And believe me, after you are done with that, you will feel the difference, and you will identify that. You will yourself say that yes, I was missing something very great, sir. So you can go for either of the two batches depending upon your availability of the time and depending upon your status. If your concepts are good enough, you can go for practical question batch. If your concepts are weak, or if you do not know the concepts at all, you have just by hearted the provision and given the exam, not understood it with logic, then you should definitely go for exam oriented batch. In both the batches, there are some discount also going for the next few days. In this batch, exam oriented batch, there is a discount of 15% for which you can use a coupon code PAST15 on our website. And this batch, that is our practical question batch, there is also a discount of 25% over here for which you can use the coupon code PAST25. Okay. And last but not least, if you want to enroll with our books, you can go for our books also. Okay. And all those who already have May 2025 books, they need not buy another book because the amendments are not that great. Whatever amendment is there, as I have told you, the Finance Act remains same only. The books of May 25 and September 25 are going to be same only. Just few pages will be added, which I have already shared in the form of what soft copy below the video. Okay, you can download that. You need not buy the new books. You already have the old books. If you don't have my books, then you can definitely go for the books. Okay. In case, apart from that also, in case if you have any doubt regarding how to go ahead, sir, we are not aware, sir, we are absolutely clueless. There has been so many students who have not learned from us, obviously. They are calling us. They are trying to take help from us. We are giving our best to the extent it is possible. I am personally trying to address their calls. It is not humanly possible to address the calls of each and every student because there are hundreds and thousands of students who are calling for help. I am trying my best from my side. I have kept aside all my work aside, and I'm trying to address the calls of my students so that I can address you all. I can solve your problem. I can give you a sigh of relief for some days, and so that you can bounce back after some days and restart with your studies for your September 2025 exam. Last but not least, I would like to say, don't give up. Life is not about giving up. Life is about growing up. Okay. Life is not about giving up. It is about growing up. And to grow up, you need to get up first. You need to get up. You need to get up mentally. You need to get up physically. You need to start studying after 1 or 2 days. Take a break for 1 or 2 days and start studying. Okay. In case you need any kind of help, you can contact me on this number. And I hope you will bounce back and you will do great in your upcoming exams. So take care, all of you. Till then, bye, all of you.